One of the best ways to deepen your understanding of a work of art is by spending some time getting to know it. This means slowing down and looking really closely at its formal qualities. Let's try this out using a 5th century BCE Chinese bronze vessel like this one in the National Museum of Asian Art. What should we pay attention to as we look closely? What are the formal qualities of a bronze vessel? Don't worry, we've got answers and will guide you step by step. First, the formal elements we consider when looking at a 3-dimensional object like this one include its shape, size, proportions, decoration, color, and texture. Since this is a formal analysis or visual analysis, we don't need to worry about analyzing the meaning or function of this vessel. We just need to focus on the details we can see and be able to describe the vessel in words, as if we were describing it to someone who has never seen it before. So let's dive in. This vessel measures 17 5/8 by 10.5 inches. It is dark gray in color with patches of green scattered across its surface. When I think of bronze, I think of something shiny, like a metal doorknob. But this ancient vessel was exposed to the elements over a long period of time, causing its original color to change and turn green. This is called patina. The Statue of Liberty, which is made out of copper, has a similar green patina caused by exposure to the elements. Now let's consider the shape. There are certain terms related to the human body that we use to describe the anatomy of a vessel. Vessels can have a foot or a base, a belly or body, a shoulder, a neck, a rim or lip, a mouth, and handles. This bronze vessel rests on a base that consists of a short circular foot and a concave band of decoration above it that meets the body of the vessel. The body is bulbous, but tapers in towards its shoulders. There, it meets a round neck that flares out toward the rim of the vessel. The mouth, or opening of this vessel, is also round. Overall, we might describe this vessel as having a curvilinear profile with its undulating shape. 2 animal-shaped handles are perched on either side of the neck at its narrowest part. They have long tails and are feline-like with their paws attached to the vessel and their heads rearing back over their shoulders. Now that we understand the anatomy of the vessel, we can explore its decoration. We want to think about how to describe the vessel in a logical way so that someone can picture it in their mind without actually seeing the object. So, we need to decide whether to describe the decoration from top to bottom or from bottom to top. I prefer to start at the bottom, but it's perfectly fine to start at the top too. Overall, we can see that this vessel is covered in decoration from bottom to top. The decoration is separated into horizontal registers or bands that wrap around the vessel from the circular foot to the rim. The foot is decorated with a pattern of square-shaped dragons that are rendered in profile view. The dragons are arranged in confronting pairs that encircle the base, one pair after the other. Each dragon has an almond-shaped eye, a curled snout, a gaping mouth, and a taloned leg, the latter of which forms the lower section of the square. The bodies of the dragons are covered in spirals. Above the circular foot, the base tapers in to meet the body of the vessel. This section is decorated with a pattern of repeating spades rendered in curvilinear lines that are slightly raised from the surface. Above the base, the body is divided into 6 registers of decoration separated by a horizontal rope pattern. The top and bottom bands are decorated with a similar pattern of repeating plaques. The plaques are in the shapes of stepped mountains with a pointed top and are filled with ornate abstract decoration. The bottommost plaques are upside down, while those in the top register are upright. Between these 2 registers are 4 bands of dragon interlace, with the widest band of interlace wrapping around the widest part or the belly of the vessel. At first glance, the dense dragon interlace may look jumbled and chaotic, but if you look closely, you can see how carefully articulated and precise the forms are. The dragon interlace in each register consists of profile dragons with flat, ribbon-like bodies that interweave. Their bodies are covered in spirals, and their heads are evenly spaced, alternating between upright and upside down. Along with dragon interlace, there is a frontal mask motif in the widest band of decor. The mask repeats 4 times around the circumference of the vessel and consists of a pair of eyes, a wide rolled snout, a fanged jaw, and curled horns that remind me of ram's horns. This large, repeating frontal animal mask catches our eye, as if it's the main character on the surface of this densely decorated vessel. Across the surface of the vessel, the decoration is rendered in low relief. This means that the patterns are slightly raised from the surface of the vessel. If you were to feel the surface of the vessel with your fingers, you'd be able to feel the texture of the bands of rope and ribbon-like bodies of the interlacing dragons and their comma-like accents throughout. So there you have it. We've just taken a close look at an early Chinese bronze vessel using our eyes as our most important investigative tool. Now that you understand the anatomy of a vessel and how to describe its shape, color, decoration, and texture in a logical way, you can now try a formal analysis of a vessel for yourself.